What's up, everybody? It's Nolan with NNC Visuals. We are back again, and after my last conversation with Mark, I decided to get an extra medium shirt. I hope you guys like it with my logo on it. But
no, it's fine, man. That's the technique of being a bodybuilder. You're not really big. You just wear smaller clothes. Right?
Yeah, well, I don't know about that because my stomach does not look like yours, bro. Oh, speaking of, if y'all haven't seen the picture that I posted, it's like a couple weeks ago now, but man, my boy is in the off season and he is ripped. So go to my page and check his picture out, and that's him in the off season. That's off season. Matter of fact, before we get welcome back, Mark Robinson. Welcome back.
I'm glad to be back. I'm a little shook because this time you decided to use Mark and not Mac, so it's like okay.
I'm gonna switch it up. This is a different situation.
Keep me on my toes, man.
Yes,
it's good to be back, man. We had a good time the last time, so I'm glad to continue to share my story and continue to speak on more of the sport and what the plan is for this year Road to Olympia with you, man.
That's what's up, man.
Super excited about the work coming up, man.
It's gonna be sick.
Yeah, it's dope. It's dope.
That's like I was saying with the picture that I posted, man. Just like you guys don't understand. That's off season. But while we're talking about off season, what does that mean for people who don't understand what being off and on season is?
So off season is gaining, in season is losing. Or I would say it's really two seasons, man. One half of the year you're either never hungry or the other half you're starving. So right now being in the off season, man, I'm uncomfortable with the amount of meals that I'm eating, up to 6, sometimes 7 meals a day. At no point in time am I allowed to be hungry. So I'm gaining weight, gaining more muscle, trying to put more on in certain areas to make my body a little more symmetrical, so that when it comes back to in season, I start to cut off the body fat. We'll have an even better package ready for the stage.
Now, mind you, it's going on past 8 o'clock tonight. We ended up coming up back over here to Hendo Studios, and my man had his meal in hand. He had his meal in hand, and that's one thing that I respect about bodybuilders is no matter where you guys go, you have a meal on standby. The regimen is legit. You guys so you said how many meals a day do you typically eat right now?
6, sometimes 7. So the thing is, man, it's a technique that goes with it. If I start my meals anytime after 9 a.m., it's like I'm behind. And so for the rest of the day, I'll just be stuffing myself trying to get all the food in. And you just be uncomfortable. You have to drink at least a gallon of water, gallon and a half, sometimes 2. And it's just a lot, man. So that's why I say it's either a season where you're uncomfortable or a season where you're uncomfortable. You're either never hungry, man, or you're always starving. So
have you ever thought of ever being in a situation where you feel like you were eating too much food? I never, even when you telling me this now, I feel like there's no such thing as being too full. So no, you get sick of eating.
Yes, all the time, man. I feel like my jaw muscles are starting to grow with how much chewing that I'm doing, man, on a daily basis. Sometimes I find myself, warming up another meal just to get it all in at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and it just be up. My wife sleep, and I'm just sitting next to her with like some steak and sweet potatoes or some chicken and some almonds or something, and I'm just chewing. And at no point in time did the dog leave me alone either. So,
man, now I don't even know if we talked about this, but bodybuilding is not your full-time job. You have a full-time job.
Yes, yeah.
So you get up and you just take us through your day real quick.
Okay, so in season or off season?
Well, let's start right now. Off season.
Off season, man. So off season is a little easier. I don't have to wake up super early. I wake up around 7:30 a.m. And because of COVID, I work from home. But I'm actually a quality engineer, a process improvement engineer by right. But I work for Solar Turbines in the quality assurance group. So for those of you guys that don't know, I'm kind of a nerd.
In the background, wifey's like,
yeah. I'm kind of a nerd, man. I study industrial engineering back in college, and I was hired with Caterpillar straight out of college as a manufacturing engineer. I've had roles as a production supervisor and roles in supply chain as well. But all of it encompasses like process improvement. I go in no matter what facility that I'm at or what city I'm in, like for the year, I'll analyze their processes, kind of pick and pull where we can kind of improve on time, safety, waste, whatever it is, and I'll implement new processes to the different departments just to help them improve on their production. So I help people save money in all kinds of ways, but now being a quality assurance kind of agent, really a process improvement engineer in the quality area for solar turbines, I just help make sure that our custom built packages or power generated motors are built to the customer specifications, whether they're going overseas, offshore, into like the oil drilling rigs, the platforms that you see out in the middle of the ocean.
So he's talking some.
Yeah.
He's
My bad.
He's a nerd. And I'm like, what? What did he just say? So with your job, you have very big responsibilities, and on top of that, you have to still focus on your bodybuilding when it comes to your food, your water intake.
Yeah, there is still no wiggle room in slacking off just because I'm working full time. Okay. So I work from about 8 to 4 p.m. on a daily basis. I go to work with 3 extra meals in hand. Before I leave the house, I always have breakfast. So breakfast, then 3 extra meals in hand. After 4 o'clock, I'm headed to the gym. Now going to my second job because that's where the real work is about to begin. And that's another challenge. Where you go. Waking up early in the morning, have to give all your energy or your daily energy to your first job, but then you have to have that reserve to be able to push through and go hard when it comes to what's important for you. So for right now, bodybuilding is, I guess you would call it the hobby, but the bodybuilding life is more of a lifestyle for me because I found a good balance between the two.
When you get off work, so you wake up in the morning at 7 o'clock, get your breakfast in, you go work from 8 to 4, you're eating your meals, you're drinking your water. So you have a coach, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who's your coach?
Shout out to Pete. Pete, 619 Muscle out here in San Diego, California.
That guy is the GOAT in San Diego.
He's definitely the GOAT, man. Been doing this since like the 80s, 90s. He's been the one. Actually, I met a friend of mine. His name is Antoine. He's on the same team as me. He was under Pete first, and just because he was another big guy, another competitor, I felt like I needed some guidance for myself. So when I first got with Pete, and it's a funny story, when I first worked out with him, we were training me, him, and Antoine, and the first thing I told Pete was like, you don't know it yet, but I'm gonna be the greatest guy you ever trained. And like I'm just a new kid in San Diego, nobody really knows me. He just kind of like shoot me off like, all right, man, whatever, it's your set, hit your workout. But over time, it's starting to become like more of a concrete promise or statement to say,
now, did he whoop your ass the first fucking time that you?
Every time, man. Hey, if me and Pete are working out and he's not killing us, then I don't feel complete.
I have seen when I do some photography, sometimes I run into Pete while he's at the gym, and I do not envy you guys when I see you guys working out, man. And he looks like he is kicking ass.
No, man. every time, man. He's a professional bodybuilder himself. And he may not look it because in the gym he'll wear like an oversized hoodie or an oversized jersey or something like that. But if he takes it off, the man's shoulders are like 6 feet apart.
Yeah,
stacked.
Listen,
round. Like the guy is pretty nice.
He is no joke. I've seen him a couple of times without his shirt on, and he's legit. So shout out to 619 Pete, man. He is definitely the GOAT in San Diego.
No, for sure.
So when we're talking about coaching, we're gonna go talk about like your coaching and your working out and stuff. So do you deal with Pete every day? Is that like an everyday thing, or
it's not?
So how you guys go about your workout regimen?
So Pete manages my nutrition. He monitors my eating, monitors my weight, making sure that I'm getting the correct amount of macros, so that I'm consistently gaining muscle, but not too much fat at the same time. But I work out with him in areas that I feel like I need a little more guidance and growing for myself. So right now, I do Tuesdays back day with him just to make sure, he helps me target certain areas, just because the back has such a large group of different individual muscles. You sometimes need somebody else to kind of dial in and kind of understand what areas you may want to target. So I work back with him to make sure that that's in good standing. And I also work shoulders with him on Saturday just to make sure we get real coconutty and real wide up top. I mean, that's a Pete phrase, but I kind of
what is
real
that
coconutty.
Real coconutty.
Well, the people at home watching might have heard boulder shoulder,
okay.
But like just big shoulders, get wide up top, slim waist. So those are the 2 areas that I work with them, just because chest is something that's easy for me to get, and also if I have an arm day, I can do that on my own as well. And leg day is always twice a week, and that's been cool for me too. So
Okay, I get you.
Yeah.
So now with your workouts and stuff like that, and this is, we're talking about Mr. Olympia.
Mm-hmm.
How intense do you have to be in order? Because you know your end goal. You know the end goal right now is to beat Mr. Olympia. You see Chiron and some of the other guys that you see on a day-to-day basis, and you see what they did. Did you watch the Mr. Olympia this year?
I caught part of it. I was traveling while it was going on. I was actually where was I headed? Was I going back to? I think I was going back to St. Louis that weekend for my younger brother's birthday, but I wasn't able to catch all of it though.
But you kind of have a glance of what these guys look like.
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
What you're up against. Right?
Yeah.
So how does that play into your workout? Like, how does that play into things that you deal with your coach and in your day-to-day workout routine?
It gets emotional, I would say, because you look at yourself every day in the mirror, and whether you lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 100 pounds, you don't really see a difference in yourself. It takes somebody else to be able to see the vision in you.
Right.
But it gets emotional because you can prepare for so many months and not really know the outcome, or you can prepare for so many months and you don't know how you're going to push through this certain day. Like some days you just don't even want to walk. You don't even want to get up out of bed. You don't want to have to do your cardio. You don't want to have to do anything, right? Because you're so drained, you're so tired, your body is aching. So it gets emotional to have to dig even deeper to get yourself up and push yourself forward. It's a commitment that I would honestly say isn't made for everybody.
So with Pete, now I've talked to Pete just in passing, but Pete, when it comes to coaching and going through those emotions, what type of person are you? Like, are you the type of person that when you go through those emotions, you want somebody to say, hey, man, get your shit together. You got something to do. Let's get in the fucking gym and put it to work. Yeah. Or are you the type of person that you just need someone to just kind of be like, hey, man, are you having a bad day? Take off. Get your shit together. We'll grind it tomorrow. Like, nah. Like you can be as tough to me as you need to be. That's actually the best response that you'll get out of me. If somebody just be like, man, quit all the complaining, quit all the bullshit, come on now. This is normal. This is a lifestyle. Right. You're not the only one that's feeling this way. All the people that take home trophies are in the exact same position. Only difference is, are they gonna give up or are you gonna give up? Right. You get what I'm saying? So with Pete, being able to have those talks with him, he understands. Like, it took him over 10 to 14 years to turn pro. So he understands the commitment and the hard work that it takes to be able to get your pro card or be able to, win big, right? So being able to have that outlet with somebody that has been in that position, gets exactly what you're going through, and somebody that's still competing himself, right? He understands. And I would honestly say, like, just going back to when I said it's emotional, to the point, and I'll give this story, and this is a true story, man. Going to the USA's, right? Not knowing if I'm gonna turn pro, not knowing how I'm gonna place, because I'm going up against another 200 competitors, right? Just driving to the arena. Wife on the side of me, I'm driving. We hit a red light. I'm looking at the arena, and for some reason, man, I just broke down in tears, just flushed out. It was like everything that I had been through for the last 5, 6, 7 months. It was just pouring out of me, and I couldn't control it. I didn't understand why, but it was kind of something that I understood later, that it was a pat on the back to say, no matter how I rank or no matter what comes out of this show, I did it. I was committed. I was 100% committed. You know what I'm saying? And didn't fall short. Came home with the trophy, and it just kind of gave me a little bit more of a boost, a mentality boost, or self-confidence to say, if you do that again, then that can happen again. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But it gets really emotional. And you know what? Shout out to you for that. And I think one of our next sessions, we're going to talk about mental health and bodybuilding. But, just as a man in general, to be able to get on camera and say that, I had a moment, I broke down in tears, and regardless of the reason for it, whether it's a proud moment, a sad moment, or whatever, I think generally we are taught to not show or tell that emotion. Mm-hmm. And I definitely applaud you on being honest on that and saying, like, that you went through that emotion. Yeah. Because we're in a time now where a lot of us go through emotions, man, and I can only imagine the day in and day out routines that you're going through, and you're like I said, this isn't your your main job. You have a job, you have family you have to take care of, you have, you know, your bodybuilding and stuff like that. That weighs a lot on someone, you know what I'm saying? So being able to just kind of decompress and you felt better, I'm sure, after you did that, man, and the grind is still coming. So applaud you on definitely saying that. And for people out there that are watching, like, just you know, from that perspective, just make sure that you take care of yourself mentally and have those moments, you know what I'm saying? And those moments are important, you know. So I appreciate you telling that story. And
it's all good, man, all good. Not embarrassed at all to say it, man. Like I said, just having a team to support you, you know, people that understood you, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to the 619 Muscle team. Shout out to Pete. Always good guy in the corner, man. Just continue to push you forward too. So I mean, he builds bodybuilders for sure.
That's what's up. And with that, we're gonna close it out. We talked about your coaching a little bit, your daily routines. We talked about your workouts. Stay tuned. We're gonna actually video one of his workouts. We're gonna get him in the gym and we're gonna do a workout reel with him. So I can't wait to see that grind. That's gonna be insane.
Hold on. I gotta give a disclaimer. I am a grunter, so like if you see my face tight, eyes rolled to the back, that's me, man. I'm the guy with the headphones on. I dance. I gotta stay hype, man. But I'm the extra guy.
Zoomed all the way in. I want to have my camera in your face.
I'm the extra guy, definitely, man. I have to. I put on my own show. I get myself hype, man. It's like I need it. You know?
You got to, man. Yeah. I mean, in the gym, I wouldn't have it. You know what, man? I get concerned when I see people in the gym and they're not like intense.
Yeah, they're not enjoying it. Cause the thing about it is, man, it's not fun to feel that pain. You know, it's like it's not like fun. Some people enjoy it. If you enjoy it, that's you know, more power to you. But it's not fun to just feel that intense pain on a daily basis, nonstop, right? So it's more of a, man, I got to get into this.
Right.
This sucks. But once I'm done, all right, I'm back having fun. You know, I want to make it fun, more enjoyable instead of more of a work. Because once it starts to feel like it's just a job, then you start to lose the passion. And you start to, you know, lose that momentum that you set forth for yourself. So I make it fun just to keep things a little shaking up.
Well, we're gonna show his shake when we put this video on. So any last words, man? I know we was talking about your fears and stuff like that. In the last one, but is there anything else you want to sign off with?
Yeah, man. One thing, man, I would say shout out to TG Supps, great supplement company, man. One thing about it is I wasn't big into supplements until I started partnering with them. For the simple fact that like most people use pre-workouts, but these generic pre-workouts be gassing you to the max with caffeine and they have you feeling jitters, skin itching. But working with them, man, they was able to formulate some stuff with my coach, Pete. 619 Muscle. He was able to help formulate some stuff, low caffeine, but really formulated for better mental focus and better energy production instead of just overstimulation. You get what I'm saying? So it was like a supplement made by bodybuilders for bodybuilders. So shout out to them for that, man.
Well, on the next podcast, we'll talk about your nutrition and we'll go ahead and talk a little bit more about supplements because I would definitely like to get more into your nutrition, what you're eating, what you're putting in your body when it comes to the supplements, and you know, just man, we got a lot to talk about, man.
Hey, let's save it for the next go round. Let's save it for the.
That's what's up. So hey, we're gonna sign off on this one, man. Thank you again. This is Nolan at NNC Visuals, NNC_visuals on Instagram. Go ahead and shoot your tag out for him, man.
And this is Mac Muscle signing off. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook. It's Mac Muscle Fit, MACK Muscle Fit, all one word. If you ain't following now, trust me, you're going to see me across your real soon.
Oh, is that a threat or a promise?
That's a promise, man. I don't like to make empty promises, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man. That's what she told me. Let's go.